Out of every 10 wild rabbits born this spring, only one will see winter. This is the story of that one. You are a wild cottontail rabbit, 3 days old, blind, hairless, buried under fur and dry grass in a shallow burrow at the edge of a meadow. Above you, the world is already hunting. A red-tailed hawk circles in slow, patient loops. A fox trots the tree line, nose low, reading the wind. Your mother is gone, not because she abandoned you, but because staying close to the nest would leave a scent trail leading straight to you. You don't know any of this yet. You only know warmth, darkness, and the thump of your own tiny heart. It will not stay this quiet for long. 2 weeks later, your eyes open for the first time. The burrow feels too small now, and one evening you push through the grass into open air. The meadow stretches out enormous around you. Gold light, tall grass, the smell of clover thick in the air. It is beautiful. It is also a killing field. A shadow slides fast across the ground beside you. You freeze instantly, every muscle locked. Every rabbit is born knowing the one rule that matters most. Movement means death. The shadow passes over and keeps going, hunting something else tonight. Your heart is still slamming when your mother nudges you firmly back toward the burrow. Lesson 1. Learned in silence. The meadow does not care that you are new here. By midsummer, you are on your own. Foraging, grooming, learning the map of the field one scent at a time. Then, one gray morning, you smell it before you see it. Fox. Close. Too close. You bolt in a hard zigzag, the oldest trick a rabbit owns, cutting sharp left, then right, breaking the fox's line of sight for half a second at a time. The fox is faster than you in a straight line, but you are never running in a straight line. You dive into a bramble thicket too tight for the fox's body to follow. Thorns rake across your fur. You don't feel a single one of them. You only feel your own pulse hammering, and then, a few long minutes later, the sound of the fox finally giving up and walking away. Autumn arrives. The grass turns brown and thin, and the cover that kept you alive all summer is disappearing fast around you. A hawk finds you in the open, 40 yards from the nearest hedge, with nowhere close enough to hide. There is no zigzag trick for this one. Hawks strike straight down from above, far too fast to outrun. Your only weapon is the burrow you dug 2 nights earlier, half finished, barely wide enough for your body. You dive. The hawk's talons rake through the grass a foot behind you as you vanish underground. You sit there afterward, shaking, and understand something new about staying alive. From now on, you dig before you need to, never after. First frost. The clover is gone. The grass left standing is stiff and bitter, barely worth the energy it costs to eat. Your body starts pulling fat from muscle just to keep you warm through the long nights. This is the season that kills more rabbits than any predator. Not teeth, not talons, but simple hunger, slow and patient. You learn to strip bark from young saplings, dig through snow for buried roots, move only at dawn and dusk when the cold is a little less cruel. Every day becomes a math problem. Burn fewer calories finding food than the food gives back, or die trying. You need a stronger burrow, and you need it before the next storm. It comes at night, not snow this time, but rain. Days of it without stopping, until the creek at the meadow's edge swells and finally breaks its bank. Water floods into your burrow while you sleep, silent and fast, filling the tunnel from the far end first. You wake already soaked, disoriented in total darkness, the passage behind you filling with rising water by the second. There is only one direction left, up and out, straight into the open, in the middle of a raging storm. with no idea what might be waiting for you on the surface. You claw desperately through collapsing mud and loose earth and burst up into driving rain, alive, but suddenly homeless, on the coldest, wettest night of the year so far. For 2 full days you have no burrow at all, only shallow scrapes under fallen logs, always listening, never resting completely. This is the most dangerous stretch of your entire life. No real cover, weakened by hunger, soaked to the skin and shivering. A weasel finds your trail once and only a desperate sprint through a cold drainage pipe saves you. A weasel can follow a burrow tunnel, but it cannot follow a rabbit moving fast through running water. You come out the other side exhausted, further from your old meadow than you have ever traveled, in territory you don't recognize at all. On the 3rd day, exhausted and half-starved, you find it. A slope on the far side of the meadow, high enough that floodwater has never reached it, with roots from an old oak tree knitting the soil together so tightly that no fox could dig through it easily. It takes a full night and day to carve out a new burrow here, working until your paws are raw and bleeding. When it's finally finished, you don't just have shelter. You have the safest ground in the entire meadow, ground you would never have found if everything had stayed comfortable. The hardest months pass, one freezing week at a time. Snow falls and melts and falls again. You are thinner than you've ever been, with a fresh scar along one ear from a hawk strike back in January, but you are alive, one of the 1 in 10. When the first green shoots of spring push up through the last patch of snow, you realize you are the only rabbit left from your entire litter. Every sibling you were born beside is gone now, taken by the fox, the hawk, the cold, or the flood. You are what's left, alone in a meadow that nearly killed you a dozen times over. But your burrow on the high ground is still here, still safe, still standing, still yours. 1 in 10 make it to spring. You are the one.